Hi friends, I welcome you all here at TNV Academy. Let's have a general introduction of the standard. According to the standard ISO 22000-2018, the adoption of a food safety management system, or FSMS in short, is a strategic decision for an organization that can help to improve its overall performance in food safety. The likely benefits to an organization of implementing an FSMS based on this standard are like: benefit 1 is the ability to consistently provide safe foods and products and services that meet customers and applicable statutory and regulatory requirements. Benefit 2, it is addressing risks associated with its objectives. And benefit 3 is the ability to demonstrate conformity to specified FSMS requirements. This standard ISO 22000-2018 employs the process approach, which incorporates the Plan, Do, Check, Act PDCA cycle and risk-based thinking. We will discuss all these aspects in this session. In short, this process approach enables an organization to plan its processes and their interactions. The PDCA cycle enables an organization to ensure that its processes are adequately resourced and managed, and those opportunities for improvement are determined and acted upon. And the risk-based thinking enables an organization to determine the factors that could cause its processes and its FSMS to deviate from the planned results, and to put in place controls to prevent or minimize adverse effects. Let's understand the FSMS principles. As per the ISO 22000-2018, the food safety is related to the presence of food safety hazards at the time of consumption, which is like intaking by the consumer. If we talk about the food chain business, food safety hazards can occur at any stage of the food chain. Therefore, adequate control throughout the food chain is vital. Food safety is ensured through the combined efforts of all the parties in the food chain, including the raw material suppliers and kitchen staff members, etc. This standard ISO 22000-2018 specifies the requirements for an FSMS that combines some commonly recognized key elements. Those key elements are interactive communication, system management, prerequisite programs, and hazard analysis and critical control point HACCP principles. In addition to these key elements, this standard is based on the principles that are common to ISO management system standards. The management principles are customer focus, leadership, engagement of people, process approach, improvement, evidence-based decision making, and relationship management. Let us talk now about the process approach. The ISO 22000 adopts a process approach when developing and implementing an FSMS and improving its effectiveness to enhance production of safe products and services while meeting applicable requirements. Understanding and managing interconnected processes as a system contributes to the organization's effectiveness and efficiency in achieving its intended results. The standard specifies that the process approach involves the systematic definition and management of processes and their interactions so as to achieve the intended results in accordance with the food and safety policy and strategic direction of the organization. Management of the processes and the system as a whole can be achieved using the PDCA cycle, with an overall focus on risk-based thinking aimed at taking advantage of opportunities and preventing undesirable results. Standard states that the recognition of the organization's role and position within the food chain is important to ensure effective interactive communication throughout the food chain. Let me explain the Plan, Do, Check, Act or PDCA cycle. We can describe the PDCA cycle briefly. Plan is basically to establish the objectives of the system and its processes by providing the resources needed to deliver the results. This also includes identifying and addressing risks and opportunities for organization. Do. Do means simply implementing what was planned by the organization. Check. Check is monitoring and measuring processes and the resulting products and services, analyzing and evaluating information and data from monitoring, measuring, and verification activities, and finally reporting the results. Act. Act is basically taking actions to improve performance as necessary. In this document, and as illustrated in Figure 1, the process approach uses the concept of the PDCA cycle at two levels. The first covers the overall frame of the FSMS, Clause 4 to Clause 7 and Clause 9 to Clause 10. The other level, operational planning and control, covers the operational processes within the food safety system as described in Clause 8. Communication between the two levels is therefore essential. Friends, till now it was about PDCA cycle, and now coming to the risk-based thinking. As per this standard, risk-based thinking is essential for achieving an effective FSMS. In ISO 22000, risk-based thinking is addressed on two levels, organizational and operational, which is consistent with the process approach that I have already described. Coming to organizational risk management, ISO 22000 states that risk is the effect of uncertainty. Those uncertainties can have positive or negative effects on an organization. In the context of organizational risk management, a positive deviation arising from a risk can also provide an opportunity to an organization. But what is important here is to consider that not all positive effects of risk result in opportunities. Standard specifies that to conform to the requirements of the standard, an organization plans and implements actions to address organizational risks, which are covered in Clause 6 of ISO 22000. Addressing risks creates a foundation for increasing the effectiveness of the FSMS, achieving improved results, and preventing negative effects. Let us talk about the hazard analysis, operational processes. The concept of risk-based thinking based on the HACCP principles at the operational level is implicit in this standard. The subsequent steps in hazard analysis and critical control point or HACCP principles can be considered as the necessary measures to prevent hazards or reduce hazards to acceptable levels to ensure food is safe at the time of consumption. Standard says that decisions taken in the application of HACCP should be based on science, free from bias and documented. The documentation should include any key assumptions in the decision-making process. For more information about our institute and other training programs, you can contact us through email or phone. I sincerely thank you all for your interest and attention.